Good morning, countrymen and women. We are here at Arcade Shopping Mall. We came to look for a calculator to purchase, which we intend to make as a donation to the Republican president this morning. So we have checked a number of shops, and I think we've settled for the calculators which are in Book World. I think Book World has the best calculators. So we're just walking over to Book World right now, so that we can be able to purchase the calculator. Of course, since this calculator is going to the president, it needs to be a decent calculator. We know that as opposition leaders, given the current economic climate in the country, there isn't much money around, but we are going to sacrifice whatever little money we have to make sure that we buy a good quality calculator, which will allow the president to reduce fuel prices. So we are entering Book World right now, and yes, that's how much. Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Like same price,
President, how are you?
Fine, how are you, sir?
I'm all right. Tikula calculator your president so that we should reduce the fuel price. So we are going to set out to make our donation. Oh, is that so? Good to meet you, sir. Yeah, Mr. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, good to meet you, sir. Oh, is that so? Which year was that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a very rich political syndicate. We need you to join us. Sorry. Yeah. It contributes to the... Now we need to contribute to the governance of our country, yes, in whatever little way we can. Oh, okay. And this one is going to the president, so it needs to look decent. So we want to wrap it nice. We want it to wrap it nice. When you're taking a gift to someone, don't show the price. Yes, the price tag has to be removed all the time. Where can I do buy him a calculator? I think even in that shop.
Tembo, the president is a calculator himself. How do you buy him a calculator?
No, he uses a calculator. So,
he's a calculator himself. How do you buy him a calculator?
No. He uses a calculator. So we want to give him a new calculator. Okay, thanks. We'll give you a number next time. Okay, all right, thanks. So let's go and wrap the present. So that the whole idea of wrapping the present is that it needs to look decent. Remember, it's actually going to the Republican president. So it needs to be decent and look presentable. We can just carry it as if you are giving it to... So we're just entering this shop now. This is Home Essentials. We were advised that they do some marking here. Okay, so it's okay. And they just wrap for us. You have read the wrapping paper?
These are the types here.
Okay. Red chutney.
And 34 shots.
Okay.
And these are distribution.
Okay. No, I think the red one is fine. We'll just
Okay,
get it.
just in for the red.
But we don't need the rod, just one is fine.
The one I have there is not red, that is blue, an already open one. That one can be. I'll just wrap it for you without buying the paper.
Oh,
Yeah. But it's blue.
No, the red is
The red
better. We don't want the president to feel like we are not recognizing the political party where he comes from. So we want the wrapping paper to be red so that it's representative of the UPND party.
Oh.
Yeah.
Error. Malia. Maria.
Otherwise, you should end up.
Ah, she doesn't have blue, no?
That's some kind of brain up,
What's in my blue, no?
So
I
it's
want
a
to manage but these are better.
Yeah. Nchito za mnyodo na mwanzo vuta wantu wachitodyaka na kupaya na kuma interviews. Manchito yanachepa wantu wanapaka kaingi you know private na 100 poshako wantu muri bwan gentlemen bakalo parking inako nyo limba mna chako maprai na have you ever applied it? Manga na sema young brothers na makazi ngazi. Mama ndio jana kulisa jama verification.
It's too much.
It's too much. Better wajawa mena washita short list ndio wamena wanga zilipi. Yo chap down. Better. Because 100 in economy it's quite a lot of money. Kanga 100 ngati uri na nchito ikuru wenza chimotoka chikuru chi VX one chata 100 what is 100 yeah mimi nosira meji panyumba kugula ndio but nangu ndikuwaganizira 100 mkomboni mankara ati komboni yonse half ya komboni baribe aliko na 100 ya kila
Ndakupemba
tu kwacha obo yanga na tu kwacha sure. So I think it's a verification wafunko yanga napo in the interest of the people because kind of application ya zambo kwera yango kwera so bantu wafunika ati bakwanyisa kushita apply yenda kwa president kasani kwa rapinga bwino ero za trending and trending akaingi ndio rapinga president ya president yenda kwa Republican president so that wakazitaka curate na prices ya fuel ibwe patwa kwacha ya mena na promise kaingi za calculator ya values na yoni kasisi yenda bwino bwino.
I think I will just open a page saying wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper, yes. Wrapping specialist.
Advertise with wrapping paper girl.
Yes. You're doing a very important national job there. A very important national task. So hapa kangi tilimo opposition so my resources ya mwenye yenze report kwa nsachabe kugula calculator yote reduce fuel price. But ngati ma resources yaoneka kwa kusogora huko. Zagura kwa naina calculator manje yote reduce price ya unga because na wewe unga ufunga kwa pa 50 kwa. Mimi wana promisira. Then kapeza kwa 15 na maina nguti zagura 15 na calculator manje ya fertilizer because fertilizer watu za 250. So we just try to put some resources together going forward, so that at the end of the day, my calculator yonse amenafunika wa president wa hakainde wankale nayo, and then that way, sikuzangala excuse yonse why my prices ya kugwa pants, everything will be in place. So the calculator wrapping is coming up very well. It's coming up very well. This lady is an expert. Who advertise you, who tag your page.
Sure.
Who tag your page. That's very expert done. At least you only at the end of the president, or Republican president here. Which is very important. Okay, gentlemen. Okay, have a good day. Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah. Otherwise, my prices are often expert rapper. Very important. So we should be on our way from here. We should be going straight. We should be going straight to State House. We don't expect the whole process of donating to take very long. we are hoping that the President himself will be available to receive the donation, given the importance it has in the lives of the Zambian people. Because the moment this calculator is able to reduce those fuel prices to 12 kwacha as promised, then a lot of people will benefit. So a lot of people might not see the importance of this calculator, but it is very critical. It has national importance because I'm sure we all know that fuel prices are bearing on all other prices. Wakaikira mitengo ya fuel, nishi transport ya kwera, nishi vakudya vakwera, nishi vonse vakwera. So the calculator is very important. We are hoping that our president, as I using a bueno to reduce fuel price, wherever fuel for 12 kwacha. Fuel should come to 12 kwacha. So far, the race is doing a wonderful job. Wonderful job by mine. You're decent, you're presidential, you're up alone. Our president was in the just appreciate. We were many rapping a president, it was over many and the my career so. Okay. Now, am I? See when Konya Coca-Cola, this is a composition of Kukulima Broco of water, but I'm just have a social.
Thank you very much.
Am I? Ziko Mogambi. I'm sorry, Maziwa ka?
Ngauza president
Kuduri saya ya? Masala yachambeka bwana yapera piku yaka?
Sorry. If you have a lunch, you'll see.
Irafika paranji wala reasira no se. Kani ni impression ya maprices yako la day. No, mawera pinto para sala I think mngatsungira. Kendo gula kakireta inangu ya unga manje tungaya using it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks very much. So our calculator is nicely wrapped now, and we're just going into the car park so that we can start off on our way to State House and drop our donation to the Republican President, His Excellency, Mr. Hichilema. We are hopeful that we shall find the President himself so that we can exchange a few notes. You know, time and again, the opposition are always blamed that we always condemn. And to some extent, I agree with that condemnation, that we are in the tendency of always condemning and not offering solutions. And I believe that the delivery of this donation will be the first step towards actually beginning to contribute to the donation, to the solutions that are needed to resolve the national problems that we face as a country. And perhaps other opposition leaders can also take the same turn to ensure that we contribute to finding solutions to these national problems. So, okay, you can get in and then we'll continue. Graph compartment on your phone. Okay. We are now on our way to State House. Just leaving our kids shopping mall. As you can see, this is a kids shopping mall. From here, we'll just get into Greatest Road. We'll get into Greatest Road and proceed towards Sababa, and then thereafter get into Independence Avenue and get to State House, so that we can be able to deliver our donation of a calculator to the President. The person who did the wrapping, I think, did a very good job. I think any political observer would not try to blame us to say, no, the colors that you are using are not UPND colors. You're trying to undermine our president. I'm sure even UPND members appreciate the thoughtfulness which went into the wrapping paper to ensure that it is read. Countrymen and women, you know, if we are going to develop this country, we need to be honest with each other. We need to be honest with each other. We can never build a country based on lies. We are all Zambians. It's in our interest to ensure that we develop this country we call Zambia. We develop its economy so that our children, our cousins, our nephews can be able to live in a better Zambia where employment is easily found, where the economy is vibrant, where the prices of goods and services are, reasonably priced compared to what it is at the moment. So we have reached Manda Hill here, and there's a bit of a traffic jam as we are approaching the Manda Hill bridge. But at least the traffic is moving, the traffic is flowing smoothly. So we expect to be out of this traffic jam in a short moment. So like I was saying, it is very important that we are truthful as we try to develop this country, especially on the part of government. In this regard, the issue of fuel prices is an issue which is at the center of this country's development for a number of reasons. We all know that fuel as a key economic production input has a trickle-down effect on the rest of the other prices of goods and services. When fuel goes up, almost every other commodity and every other service goes up because fuel is a key production input. And given that situation, it's important to ensure that the prices of fuel are maintained at reasonable levels, which is acceptable to the Zambian people, which is affordable to the Zambian people. And the president, when he was about to ascend to office, actually did not only promise us cheaper fuel, but gave us a formula which he is going to use to reduce fuel to 12 kwacha per liter. And that formula is very well documented. I think it's not something that is subject to debate. It's a very well documented formula. And for us, we were surprised that, more than 12 months after President Hichilema ascended to the presidency, he has not managed to implement his own formula to reduce fuel prices to 12 or reduce them at all. Because you must remember that when the president actually ascended to office, when he was sworn in on the 24th of August 2021, the price of fuel was about 16 kwacha per liter. And as we are speaking right now, the price of fuel is about 25 kwacha per liter, that is petrol. So the price of fuel has gone up significantly by more than 70%. It has gone up by more than 70% within the past 1 year. So from our standpoint, as a minimum, if the president was not able to reduce fuel prices, as a minimum, he should have maintained the fuel prices where he found them. And you must remember, countrymen and women, that in Zambia, we don't mine fuel. We import fuel. And for us to import that fuel, we use dollars. And at the time that fuel was 16 kwacha per liter, the exchange rate between the kwacha and the dollar was around 22. It was around 22. So the exchange rate was very high. And yet fuel was being sold at 16 kwacha. But now the exchange rate is actually at 16, and yet fuel has gone to 25. You see the discrepancy there. So the issue is, why is that the case? Why the inconsistency? Who is pocketing the extra money in these fuel pricing models? Who is pocketing that extra money? Why is fuel price so high despite the exchange rate between the kwacha and the dollar being quite low? So those are the questions which we intend to ask our president, Mr. Hichilema, assuming we are going to find him when we reach State House. You must remember that the State House is supposed to be a house for the people, for the citizens. It's supposed to be available for the citizens who are willing and able to engage in productive debates about how we can improve our economy. And especially the fact that we have already exhibited our desire to assist the government of the day to perform to the expectations of the people, because at the end of the day we are fully aware that if President Hichilema is able to reduce fuel prices to 12 kwacha using the calculator that we have purchased for him, then every Zambian is going to benefit. And sooner rather than later, people will even forget that President Tembo is the one who assisted to reduce these fuel prices by donating a calculator to President Hichilema, given the suspicion that the calculator which the president was using was actually faulty. I think it is malfunctioning. So we should not allow a small gadget such as a calculator to undermine our happiness. Why should 18 million Zambians be complaining every month about high fuel prices just because the calculator which the president is using to reduce fuel prices is malfunctioning? And yet none of us, the citizens, is willing to sacrifice just a small amount to buy a calculator such as this one. Why should it be like that? Let us all be part of a solution. Let us not just complain to say fuel prices are very high, and yet the president has everything that he needs. The president has the formula which he showed to us for reducing fuel prices to 12 kwacha. He has the formula to actually reduce the fuel prices. That is the only thing missing. So why should a small gadget like a calculator nishinga tuchingire nsansa ka calculator fyakakene aka less than 500 kwacha kale chinga nsansa ya Zambians vari 18 million va president varefiro ukubwesha fuel pantu tawakwete calculator ile womba wino ero wonse vyetuleshi tafe complain every month and that fuel $9 but tatuleshita donate calculator. What kind of Zambians would we be? So it is very important to have our president, not our president fiance now kwata formula to reduce fuel to 12 kwacha now kwata. He has the authority to reduce fuel but use this one so that can get a pasogoro. Our president Hichilema now kwata formula vari turanga kale formula ya kuchira reduce fuel. Formula ena epo ili mamon formula epo ili the only thing missing ni calculator fye yareshitako misbehave yareshitako malfunction. So ngatwala pera calculator ile womba wino. There is no doubt in my mind. Just straight up zanga nena paja pa opposite Christmas paja. Yes. So, the president calculator na, formula na wakwata. Unless the president wale for to ewa formula ya watu langire before elections taiwomba. If that is the case, then the president has to tell us, direct the Zambian people, because we cannot develop this country if we are not honest with each other. So nga formula ila taiwomba wa president wafile wabwekela kubantu kutawe monene wa muninane ili formula na milangire before elections taiwomba ili formula mamona. Then you will now begin to understand why fuel price is not coming down. Otherwise, before the president tells us that formula ili taiwomba, we've got no right whatsoever to assume at ili formula taiwomba. We don't have any right because the formula yesu other than our president ever pangire formula ili and the president vari tuwe ati ni wa economist. So nga wa economist wapanga formula batulanga ifwe bantu, then who are we to argue
Who are we to argue na formula yo wapangire wa president ati hii formula ya kushitira reduce fuel from umutengo yubare shitirapo 16 kwacha to 12 kwacha. Who are we to argue na formula ya wa president? No, we've got no right to argue na formula ya wa president. Our president nga wamipera formula, you have to believe in it until such a time that our president wamiewa ati no iyo wamuninane formula ina mirangire kanshita iwomba. That's the only time you can stop believing formula yo wampere wa president. So our president wakaenda Hichilema formula wali tupera. He showed us the formula, a formula to reduce fuel prices from the price which was there 16 kwacha to 12 kwacha. So if we've got every right to believe the formula, I think the only thing that was missing is calculator, because I think calculator yareshta malfunction. So hapa tulea tulimunshira, tulea ku State House, tulea mkuu chita donate calculator ya nyowani tuwapere wa president wesu in the spirit of opposition support to the government, not ati pakarina mairo ati yo vashon Tembo vashtafe condemn fyonse tawafa huko for government of the day, tawafa huko for ati tushite develop icharo che supamo awe ama accusations ya ifo tawafa ikama accusations ya ifyo yo. So if we've taken the first step for our president, the president watu so that washite reduce mitengo ya mafuta. Mitengo ya mafuta yamene watuuza formula kutia ine nikankarapo chabe pampando. Nizashita reduce mtengo wa mafuta wa fuel, nizashita reduce uzangala 12 kwacha perita. Mamena watuzira president watu. I was just reduce fuel. So after wangarapo 1 year, every month wango waya chabe mitengo sisi fendera zikwere lako. Hapa fuel yafika 25 kwacha. So nishi vuto ikuru nchani iset namba kudala kwa wafunza president. Kuta president vuto ya kula maningi kuti mchitie reduce fuel nchani tiuzeni so that tikutangizeni maybe tisenzeli pamoja Zambians tikutangizeni iyo vuto ya mene ya vuta kuti mchitie reduce mtengo wa mafuta wa fuel. But the president says otiyanka so if it nashita assume teka kuti hapa a president formula walinayo I think kavuto kamene kanga ngale papa ni calculator ya mene wa using a calculator. I think inashita malfunction sisi wenza bwino ndiye mameti na endera isetaenda packets paja mpuko yoti takula calculator hii taira pinga no ira pinga makalazi ya chipancha wa president na ira pinga makalazi ya tuyero because hapa palibe ma politics. This is not a political issue. This is an issue of national development. Kutangiza boma kuti boma isevenze bwino, boma ishte achieve matasks yamene wafunika kushita achieve. So ndiye tuchone kama tafika hapa manje, tafika ku State House na side ku left next night tafika ku State House hapa. I hope our president walipo. Alright, linayo rejiwe natani na ina nasi yoza sana moto. Alright, uzambo wakambisa kwa wantu kuti wasankale board kalo kumanya na president tabwera manja taendo siya calculator kula president ngati sizapeza tisasira wanchito wao wali wansi wamene waliko tibwera manja tasopano. Yeah, so I'm here. Okay.
Yavuta boma kopa. But as you can see, the president is now heading to the reception to make a donation for the calculator. We hope that when His Excellency Mr. Hichilema comes back from wherever he is, he will find the calculator ready in his office. We just hope and pray that the calculator helps him in calculating the fuel prices, which have drastically increased. So the state security has stopped us from going live into the reception area, as you have seen in the video. So we're just waiting for the president to come back. Okay, the president, I'm sure he has now made these donations. He's just by the entrance there, talking to the journalists from Zanis and Kalemba. And of course, several media houses have started flocking in to capture this moment, this historical moment in which government has been helped in terms of calculating by donating a calculator. I'm sure there's an issue over there. The president looks like he's still holding the calculator in his hands. He hasn't yet delivered it to the man responsible. Okay, the president is heading back, so we need to get a word or two concerning what has transpired. I'm sure he hasn't delivered the calculator. As I can see from here, he's still holding it in his left hand.
Okay, so
You want to go there?
no, it's fine. I think it's Baja? Okay, Mr. Losing a motor. Let's drive out so it's banging up. Okay, so at pass a response. Kuri my officers wameleta pesa in terms of donation yameleta later ya calculator. So we'll just go and do a media briefing pasogoro panza pazo na media team amene walipo amene wenzo kiambekeza kuona. So tutapaki nako chepa amene hapa. Just back. media basara kaja.
Come on.
Chinja zero maybe afuna.
Go far. Maybe by that way. Maybe by that way.
Enda paja, by the road.
Go by that way.
Chepa zapa sana. Moto ikuru paribe. Just you left, yes. Aita ni wajua media wapeleka ngoja wazambo yamba na chana polisi. Yeah. So there's nothing kuno. But since the media wabwera, we want to do the briefing. Mameta endera mkatu mu State House. Mameta sta endera. We want to do a briefing pamoja na media so that itsakambe manje. Media wakabwera futi tiambokamba futi upitiro kama futi. Beta takambira chabe pamoja. So media wabwera na mendo wacho kapakapa kipaji. Yani kingachae briefing. Otherwise, I don't know about other Zambians, but some of us are very committed to see this country develop. And for us to develop this country, we need to be sincere, we need to be honest in the way we manage the affairs of the nation. Sifunika kushta manage my affairs of the nation, with dishonesty, yozwenga, yoshinka want to bata pamenso. Ijanish, we can't develop this country. So sikufunika chilero muntu akamba no formula nyini nayo yoshitira reduce fuel to 12 kwacha from 16 kwacha then mairo ajumpa akange wakamba vachirungamo nishi pari problem up nishi there is no honesty and we can't develop this country if leaders are dishonest. So we need to really address that aspect. We need honest people ngati kuli challenge funika muntu abauza ma citizens kuti kuli challenge ya so. There is this challenge, therefore it's a problem to reduce fuel prices. Then that is understood. Zimveka is not muntu akangale che atajumpa chabe. So the media, they are driving in choke up mkapa kia State House mametenzeri because they were advised that they can't do the media can't do any filming in the State House grounds. So we should be able to proceed. I need Pasako background here.
Oh, okay, yes.
So, countrymen and women, we had come to State House to present our donation of a calculator. The background to us deciding to donate a calculator to President Hichilema emanates from the promise which the President made to the Zambian people before the elections that he has a formula to reduce fuel prices from 16 kwacha, where the fuel price was, to 12 kwacha. And President Hichilema even shared the formula with the Zambian people, and we all saw the formula. And he did not only talk about the formula, but he even wrote it down. And there are pictures of the president writing down the formula of how to reduce the fuel price from 16 kwacha to 12 kwacha. But ever since the president was sworn into office on 24th of August last year, we saw that fuel prices keep going up. About 3 days ago, fuel price again now reached 25 kwacha for petrol. And now for us, we are surprised. We are surprised because instead of fuel prices coming down, or at least as a minimum maintaining fuel prices where they were, we have seen that fuel prices are going up.
So we kept wondering to say, what is the problem? Is it the formula that the president gave to the Zambian people, which is unable to reduce fuel prices? Or is it the calculator? The calculator which the president is using, which is unable to reduce fuel prices. So we decided to say, no, let us buy the president a calculator which will assist him to reduce fuel prices. That is how we bought this calculator at Arcades in Bookworld. And we came here to State House to present the calculator to the president. After we bought the calculator, we wanted to make sure that it looks presentable. It looks presentable. So we wrapped it in the party colors of the president, which is red. And the calculator is inside. And since the officers there declined, when we arrived there, the officers there declined to receive the donation. And they advised us that the president is also not available to receive the donation and that we needed to go back with our donation. So since the donation was not received, I think we are going to remove it from the wrapper so that you can all see it. This is the wrapper, and this is the calculator basically which we bought for the president. We don't want to litter at State House. So this is the calculator which we bought to the president. And the whole idea behind this calculator is so that the president can be assisted to reduce fuel prices, because it is evident that the calculator which the president is using is actually malfunctioning. It is unable to calculate properly, because we have confidence in the formula that the president presented to the Zambian people. We believe that the formula can work. The only missing link is the calculator. So that is why we brought a fresh calculator to assist the president to calculate and reduce the fuel price. But it is unfortunate that our donation was not received by the president here at State House. And unfortunately, we need to go back with our donation. We shall find another opportunity. We shall engage the handlers to the president so that maybe we can make a fresh appointment to deliver this calculator. Because the president definitely needs this calculator. There is no question about that. It is in the interest of the Zambian people that fuel prices come down. And this calculator is very key in ensuring that those fuel prices come down. So that is where we are, countrymen and women. And we are now going to depart State House. And we shall be heading to our office with the calculator that we had. Good afternoon, Commander. You can show the comment. Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Okay, good.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. You are not allowed to do this vicinity.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah, no, just this area.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what is the reason for it?
No, we are for security reasons.
Oh, for security reasons?
Yes.
All right.
Please.
All right, no, we're actually done.
Thank you
But
very
we
much.
appreciate the courtesy.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sure.